Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So obviously, as you can tell from the title, today I'm going to be reading Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom for the first time. I had seen this book going around a lot, and I knew it was like some people's favorite YA fantasy books, and it was on my radar, but I just don't love fantasy. I don't know if I've talked about that here. I probably have. I don't love fantasy. It's not like my favorite genre. It was never going to be like put above something else. Like, I would rather a literary fiction or sometimes a romance, or it was just like, it wasn't the top of my priority list until, truthfully, that TikTok was going around of that girl who was crashing out about Six of Crows. And I couldn't find the TikTok. I went to go find it and I couldn't find it. But if I'm not mistaken, she was like, why would I care about a heist? Like, this is so boring. And she wanted more romance and maybe smut. I can't remember the full context, and I couldn't find the video, but that made me put it higher up on my list because I love a heist. And I was like, okay. And then I saw people being like, found family, and I'm like, okay, you got me. And so, like, truthfully, that is why I read it. Before we get into this video, there are two things I need to admit to. Number one being, there used to be an intro for this video. And by that I mean, this is filmed way later, months later, after this video is even edited. There used to be an intro and a section talking about the first 10 to 20% of the book. And, well, there is still a video of it, but I filmed it on my phone. I was in my car and the audio didn't record. I don't know why. This has never happened before. I filmed many clips on my phone, but there's no audio, and I can't fix it if there's no audio. Like, if it was just an audio problem, I could try and fix it, but there is no audio. So, and number two being, the audio of this video isn't good. It caused me to buy these. That's how bad the audio is. And it's so frustrating because I've spent like 16 plus hours editing this video, and the audio is just bad. I don't know if it's because my camera's getting old. The audio is just bad. So here we are. I'm so sorry. It makes me so sad because I can't re-record the video. Like, it's a first reaction. It's not a video I can re-record, and I was so excited for this video. But it's fine. It's okay. And maybe I'm just being a perfectionist. Let's hope. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I have to say. So I hope you enjoy. Hey guys, okay, I've read a tiny bit more. We're not on the mission yet. I mean, I am like 86 pages in, but I just like, honestly, like, even though I have been reading and not vlogging, not much has happened that I really, like, not much has happened. Not that I don't like it, because we are building up to something big, you know, like, I understand that. So all that has happened that I feel like I would need to share is that Kaz has recruited Nina, and Nina is a Grisha who does like emotional work on people. She kind of works at like a brothel type thing, but where she's like helping people emotionally. And he recruited her, and she's like, no. And he's like, here's all the money, you're gonna get all this money. And she's like, no. And he's like, well, what if I help? I think it's her brother or a significant other. I think it's her brother. And she's like, I've asked you to help him so many times. So right now they're going to go get him. They're on like this island. In my mind, it's like a prison island. And they just ran into Inej. She was randomly there. And I stand by the fact that I think Inej is a Grisha, even though, like I said, I hate making these like assumptions because it's really awkward when I'm reading these, because like, these are all books I should have read, that most people that read have read. And so, like, I could imagine people being like, oh, that's so funny, you would think that. And so it is embarrassing, but like, that is kind of part of this. Like, I want to be making these assumptions and guesses of what I think is going to happen. So that's my guess. I don't even really know like that much about Grishas, because like, I'm only 19% into this book. And yeah, but I'm going to read because I have some time right now. I did the work I needed to do today, and I'm going to read until my mom gets home. But I'm just reading on my Kindle. I decorated it recently. Everyone say how cute it is. But yeah, I'm going to read, and I'm going to like actually vlog myself reading some, like pause, come back, whatever. Because I haven't like gotten that footage because I've been reading at work. But yeah, I'm going to get into it. I'm in Nina's chapter, her first chapter. See, okay, another moment just happened where I'm like, I think maybe I'm right. Or like something like that, because this is the quote. But that night, Anetja crawled through her window on the top floor of the Emerald Palace with a proposal from Kaz Brekker in her hand. Nina could never figure out how Anetja had managed to scale 6 rain-slick stories of stone in the middle of the night, but the Dreg's terms were far more favorable than those offered by Pekka and the Dime Lions. So, like, there's something going on with her. Here, let's see how to pronounce Anetja. Because my thing is, I think that it's just a different language. It's not like something crazy like Hunger Games.
And Leo said that she ships Inej and Nina with...
Okay, so basically I think I'm a genius and it was correct. Okay. But yeah, that's my thing. So I just think there has to be something with Nina. Not Nina, Inej. Okay. One thing that I'm having a little difficulty getting, like, wrapping my brain around is how much power money has in this society. And that's not to say money doesn't have a lot of power in society, in real life. It has a lot of power. But I guess my question is, a lot of times they'll, like, agree to do something, and it's, like, almost sure death. And they're like, but it pays a lot. And, like, I mean, I get it, right? They're living where they have, like, nothing good, right? And, like, so if this paid, okay, I guess I get it. But it is, like, a little crazy to me, like, because it's happened multiple times, right? Like, even Kaz agreeing to do this mission where he's like, it's basically sure death. And he's like, but I get 30 million. And it's like, yeah, but if it's almost sure death, you don't get 30 million. But I guess they're like, my living situation isn't good. So, like, if it's either I die, like, I'm getting out of my living situation no matter what, right? Like, I either die or I get, like, a way better situation. But, like, right now we're in the part where they're in the prison and Nina's making Muzzin look like he has the same injuries as Matthias so that they can take Matthias out to do the mission. And, like, they're leaving him at this crazy prison and he's like, well, I'm getting paid well. And, like, I guess it is, like, what I said. And, like, money... Okay, I guess I do get it. It just, like, is a little crazy when they're always like, well, yeah. Like, that people are like, why are you doing that? And they're like, well, it pays well. And it's like, yeah, I guess it makes sense. I guess I do get it. But it is just, like, I needed to talk through it for a second. But yeah, that's all. I shouldn't have turned it off because I read, like, half a page. And what just happened? What just happened? Nina's fixing up Matthias so that like he's good enough for them to get him out of there. And he's like Nina, cupping her face. And then he pins her to the ground and wraps his hands around her throat, which, like, is so crazy, right? Because she's, like, so happy to see him. But it does make sense because before he got into, like, the mandated fights or whatever, or they're not mandated, I guess it's voluntary, but he got into that fight, she was like, something had changed within him. And also she keeps being like, it's my fault. And so, like, he's probably harbored resentment, but it is kind of crazy for him to, like, immediately pin her to the ground and wrap his hands around her throat. Especially because, okay, so she's like, Matthias, whatever, and she's like, shh, don't, like, shh, Matthias, we're here to get you out. And then he fucking takes her, slams her to the ground, and starts choking her, which, like, she did say he had changed, but it's like, it is kind of crazy. And I think he's her love. I said her brother. I think I was wrong because she was like, when I met him. And, like, I guess technically, like, that could be her brother. But, like, the way she's describing him, I think he was her love. I don't know why I thought he was her brother. But I'm going to keep this recording because we're in part 2. Part 2. Servant and Lever. They're not going to tell me, are they? Matthias. Oh. Okay, we're starting Matthias chapter. What the F? Sorry. I don't know if I like Matthias. Like, okay, I understand he, like, feels like it's her fault or whatever. But also, like, no way he's like, in the good dreams, I caught her and I killed her. And in the bad dreams, I kissed her. Like, let's get a grip on life. Whose fault is it really you're in here? The system. Don't blame your girlfriend, your partner. That's crazy. What did she do? He's like, I betray my country if I kissed her. Like, what did she do? Do we know and I'm just stupid? I don't think we know. She had no right to tears, no right to pity. Let's get a grip, bro. Sorry, let's get a grip. I hate him. I actually hate him, and I don't know if he'll ever have redeeming, but this little paragraph, Nina, he gritted out. She clawed his hands. Witch, he hissed, leaning over her. He saw her eyes widen, her face getting redder. Beg me, he said. Beg me for your life. Literally get fucked, bro. Literally get fucked, bro. I hope that Kaz fucking whacks him over the head with his cane. Oh, a gun. Nothing would deprive him of this. Nothing. What did she do? I still don't think it's appropriate for him to act like this, no matter what she did. Woo! He hit him with this cane. He hit him with this cane. I knew it needed to happen. He's like, maybe I have gone crazy. Like, I murdered family tonight. Which, like, fair, right? Like, Nino's talking about how, like, they work with the wolves from where he's from. And, like, this was, like, a breaking point for him. For him to have to kill the wolves in the arena. You're about to kill Nina, though. And he's like, oh, I must have gone crazy because I killed the wolves. You were about to kill Nina. You dream about killing Nina. So, like, what made you crazy was the wolves? Like, I think you're already crazy. I think you're really crazy. I'm so over Matthias. I am so over him. He's like, I won't do this. I don't want to be a traitor. Which, like, oh my god. So crazy to be like, I don't want to be a traitor when you're in, like, the worst prison ever. And be like, it's like the thing where it's like, the wolves will eat your face. Like, he's like, I don't want to be a traitor. What? But he's like, I'll give you the plans to get past the first checkpoint if you let me kill Nina. Oh, what? Just get a life. Literally get a life. Also so crazy to be like, I don't care if I have to go back to Hell's Gate or lose my tongue or any of this. Like, I'll just kill Nina. That'll be fine. And then I'll give you the plans. Like, and he's like, I want to kill her because she's a traitor and she betrayed me or whatever. Like, but you, if you gave the plans... First of all, he's already there for being a traitor once. 2, if you give the plans, you're being a traitor again. So obviously you don't care about being a traitor that much. Ugh, okay, that's what's happening. I'm so upset. I don't even know Nina that well. This is upsetting me. Okay, so she, like, made statements against him in court. Like, and he's acting so crazy. I mean, I don't know what she said yet, but I still don't think it's appropriate how he's acting. Oh my god, he's like, well, this is perfect, because then when I'm pardoned and become a Driscoll, then I'll just kill Nina. Oh no, he wants to torture her. Oh wait, I'm turning this on, because I have a feeling something's about to happen, because Inez just walked past the menagerie and was like, wow, so perfect, or the House of Exotics, and was like, I did that so well, all by myself, and then she just got grabbed, pulled back, and called a link, so... Okay, nothing like super crazy happened, but my question is, like, if they paid off her indenture, like, why are they messing with her still? Like, what is the purpose, I guess, of messing with her? Because, like, the dregs would do something, because, like, they technically own her now, because, like, they paid off her indenture. So, like, I don't understand the purpose of it. Like, I understand it's, like, a psychological thing, but why? I mean, I'm sure we'll learn later. But yeah, that's all. Once again, shouldn't have turned it off because crazy stuff is starting to happen. Because they're about to go on the mission, right? And Inez was, like, everyone was getting their things and they're meeting back at Harbor. Inez was a little late and she, like, looked at the boat and was like, but where are the people that are going to be the, you know, like, helping them set sail? And no one's there, and then she, like, stepped on something and she saw it was one of the people that was supposed to be on this journey with them, and she yelled for Kaz, and then there was an explosion. And so I should have been recording because I think crazy stuff's about to happen. Oh my god, we're starting in Jesper's chapter. I, like, almost felt like we were going to Kaz's. I actually have no beef with Jesper, but I also have no attachment to Jesper. Like, I'm only 30% in, so that's not that big of a deal, but oh my god, I'm gonna have to take a break. I have to go eat. Okay, I'm back. And they're fighting these people. Kaz, like, had set up whatever, and so there is another ship. They just have to get to it. But my thing is, Nina and Matthias are, like, kind of, like, fighting side by side right now, and Jesper's like, had Kaz left Matthias bound to Nina deliberately, Jesper could never tell how much of what Kaz got away with was smarts and planning and how much was dumb luck. I don't think I am going to like Matthias ever. Something big would have to happen. I'd have to learn that Nina was, like, a really bad person, and Matthias would have to, like, have big strides. Just the way he talked about her, it was just kind of gross, and I just like don't vibe with it. I just really don't. And so even if he gets better and starts being nicer again, I just like don't vibe with it. I definitely don't ship them together. But yeah, nothing has happened except we haven't heard about Inej, and she was like there. I guess they're saying the boat blew up though. She didn't blow up, or like I was thinking the dock blew up and they were on the boat, but they weren't on the boat and the boat blew up. So where's Inej? Okay, Inej is a wraith. I don't know the difference between these things. Like I honestly kind of feel like we weren't explained that well, which like I don't want to just be like, here's all this information, this is the truth. Like I do kind of want to learn it through the story, but at this point I am like 150 pages in and I don't know like every intricacy, and like I'm not going to, but I don't fully understand this world yet, and it is a little difficult, I'll be honest. I am enjoying it obviously though. Like every time I turn this off, something crazy starts happening. So Anna's just fighting this guy. He stabbed her in her side. He like had her pinned and she stabbed him in the groin, and she's like running away, but she's like bleeding out actively. I'm remembering now why my Percy Jackson video was so long. I was like, oh, this one won't be, it's like 2 books, but like fantasy books are just like everything is happening at once. Like if I'm reading a romance, it's like I can have some moments where there's not anything important to be talking about. Every time I turn my camera off, something happens. I'm like, oh, nothing's happening, I'll turn it off. So she's walking away and she's like not doing good. I like know she's not gonna die, I don't think. She's like one of the main characters and we're only 30% in. So another question I have is Kaz, his arm or his leg is messed up, but that doesn't like stop him at all. How do you climb up these, it's not barrels, right? It's like bins, and like get her? Like she's like dying and was like going to make it go faster. I don't know how much I can say in here. And he like got her down. Like how? And leapt down from the crates, landing roughly, his bad leg buckling. But how'd he get up there and how'd he jump? Like I just like, if he's like, I understand it's not as bad as it like he makes it seem, because he has his cane as also like a weapon, but like it is still bad. Like he talks about it being in pain, like, oh, I did too much this day, oh, I did this too much. How'd he get her? I mean, my guess is that they're gonna be love interests, so like, but how'd he get her? Okay, Kaz is obsessed with Inej though. I know we're not acknowledging that, but like he for sure is, because like he's like, oh, she's my best worker or whatever, she's my wraith or whatever, but like he's like, I haven't been this shooken up since Jordy passed away, which is his brother. And then he's like took the guy that had attacked her and is like brought him on the boat. Like it's a little bit of obsession. It's a little bit of obsession. It's hard for me though, because in my mind he's like old and he's not, he's 17, and so I'm like, ew, he's old and she's like 16, 17, but they're like the same age. See this too. Omen spat in his face. Kaz took a handkerchief from his coat pocket and carefully wiped his face clean. He thought of Inej lying still on the table, her slight weight in his arms. Hold him, he told Jesper in the damn. Kaz flicked his coat sleeve and an oyster shucking knife appeared in his hand. At any given time, he had at least 2 knives stashed somewhere in the clothes. He didn't even count this one. Really, a tidy, wicked little blade. He made a neat slash across Omen's eye from brow to cheekbone, and before Omen could draw beneath to carry out, he made a second cut in the opposite direction, a nearly perfect X. Like, he's like, I thought about what he did to Inej. Not, I thought that he just spit in my face. He's like, I thought about what he did. Or not even that, the fact that he won't tell him the information. He's like, I thought about what he did to Inej, so I cut his eye. Okay. That's interesting. Especially when he plays this like heartless character. He's like, I'm heartless. I'm such a bad guy. Just a little interesting. Not the main point of the book, for sure. But a little interesting. Okay, I need to stop. I need to stop pausing. Especially because like stuff is being revealed that's probably more important. But 2 things are very interesting. He said, Kaz said, his actions were this is Kaz still. His actions were smooth, precise, as if he were dealing cards at the Crow Club or picking an easy lock. But his rage felt hot and mad and unfamiliar. Something within him had torn loose. That's interesting. Or then Kaz leaned in so that no one else could hear it when he said, my wraith would console Mercy, but thanks to you, she's not here to plead your case. Without another word, he tipped Omen into the sea. what's all the rage for? What's all the rage for? But it was announced that all the people were at the docks because of Pika Rollins. I am going to be so completely honest. I don't fully remember who that is. Is it the guy that he did the, like he was doing that deal with or whatever, who like tried to kill him and then he like outsmarted him? That's my guess. I don't know why I can't fully remember. I'm sure we'll talk about it, but that's like the actual thing that was just revealed that's important. But I'm gonna try to keep reading without stopping. Okay, I lied. Pika Rollins, I think I've just realized is the man that Kaz owes money to, which would make sense if that is actually him, because then if Kaz does this mission, he no longer owes him money, which means he no longer owes him like favors of any kind, which like he wouldn't want that, you know? So I think that's the truth. Now I'll try not to talk, but also we're probably about to learn about Inej waking up. This angle, not the best. But I'm even more mad at Matthias than I was before, because he's like, oh, I had to go through this time in the prison, the hell, whatever. And Nina's getting a flashback of when she was captured by the Drew School soldiers or whatever, the Drew School. And like, she's like, night blended into the day in the dank belly of the ship. The Grisha prisoners' hands were kept tightly bound to keep them from using their power. They were fed tough bread crawling with weevils, only enough to keep them alive, and had to ration fresh water carefully since they never knew when they might have it next. They had been given no place to relieve themselves, and the stink of bodies and worse was nearly unbearable. So she was literally tortured too. I'm so over him. I'm so over him. Gross, gross things. Gross, gross things. I like this one. Still nice around. Maybe we should open that cage door and hose her down. What's wrong with you? Would you fornicate with a dog? What does the dog look like? This is so crazy that this is how Matthias and his friends acted with Nina, and then he's like, she deserves to pay. I had to suffer so much. Like, are we forgetting where this started? Like, this is crazy. Okay, I'm officially on part 3. I don't know how many parts there are. Part 3, Heartsick. And we are on our first chapter of Inej's after she got hurt. So, here we go. I love Nina and Inej's friendship. That's all I have for right now. Inej is kind of sharing like when she first joined the Black Crows, because Nina wanted to know why she shouldn't have that tattoo. I don't really have anything to say. Ugh, both Inej and Nina's stories are so sad. So sad. We like don't really know anyone else's stories. I'm guessing Kaz's is too, because he like talks about this like debt he has and his brother passing away. Like, I'm guessing his is too, but we don't really know it. But Nina, we know Nina's and Inej's, and they're both just so sad. Nina and Inej had like a cute little moment, because like Inej is like now up and moving, and she was like, I'm so thankful, whatever. I might have actually bookmarked the page because it's kind of cute. Nina was like joking around, and then Inej gave her like a like actual true thank you. And she's like, Nina said, I was teasing Inej. I think we both had enough of debts. And she said, this is one I'm glad to bear, which I think is so cute. And then they talk about like going to get breakfast together. I don't know. I liked that. And then right now, then what happened with Kaz and Inej is they had a little weird moment, because Kaz hadn't talked to Inej since she was like up and moving, and then they had like a moment they're like sitting on the dock, and he like shares that his brother passed away. Like, that's why he like Pika Collins like killed his brother, and then he like kind of got a little standoffish even though he's like, what if I leaned in? But now we're getting his backstory, which is kind of what I predicted, because I was like, I really like Nina and Inej because we've like heard their backstory and it's sad. And now we're getting Kaz's. We got a little bit from Jesper too, but nothing too crazy. Jordy, Kaz's brother, is about to die, because we're like hearing this story, and he's like, I always think, what if I didn't do this? So that's awesome. So fun. Oh, there was one thing I wanted to say. I'm a little shocked like Kaz is kind of already having the realization, sort of, that he likes Inej, because I'm like 43% of the book, and like I didn't really think this was like a big part of the book based on the like the whole scandal thing on TikTok I talked about at the beginning, which makes that even crazier to me because there's already little moments, and also like that's kind of what I want in fantasy. Like if there's gonna be romance, I want it to be like little moments. I want it to be very secondary to the plot. But I'm kind of shocked it's already happening because like I am 43% in. I guess that's kind of far. I was shocked that Kaz was like, what if I just leaned in? I was like, isn't that a little too early for that? But yeah, I don't really have any thoughts right now. I'm starting to like Jesper more. There was like a moment between Jesper and Inej where they were like hinting that Nina and Matthias liked each other, but like he just wants to murder her. Like I just am so anti him. I'm not gonna be pro him ever. Quite literally ever. He'd have to do so much. And actually no, we would just have to learn that he's being brainwashed. Because he is nuts. He is nuts. I am beyond shocked that that man took all that money from Jordy. The grown man. That's so crazy. Like literally insane, and I know what happens, but like they took them into their family. They were like doing dinners at their house, meeting their kids and dog and singing into the night, and they took all the money. And now I have to read Matthias's chapter. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. We officially learned what happened, like how Nina betrayed Matthias, and I wanted to give my thoughts on it because I think it's important. Sorry, I have my retainer in, but we learned why she did it. But before we even learned why she did it, I was on her side because like the way he talks about her is insane. When they walked upon that like pyre situation with the Grecias in the forest, and he was like, have you ever thought about maybe you aren't meant to exist? To her face. So like her betraying him at the docks to like save herself, I don't even think is crazy without her explanation that she quite literally was saving him because there's other Grecias in the town that like wanted to take him. Like, I'm sorry, but I was on her side even before that because she's preserving her safety, and like he has shown time and time again the way he thinks about her and the Grecias is so insane and so scary that like her betraying him for her safety isn't crazy at all. And like I am biased because I like her way more than him, but now we know that she did it to protect him, and he's like, I'm gonna kill you. He like wraps his, like, he has no saving grace for me, none at all. And I think that's really all I had to talk about. Right now they're like separated because he stayed to bury the bodies with her of the Grecias that attacked them. Oh yeah, they got attacked, and like now they know people are coming from the government, question mark. And he stayed, and it's like I just don't care. If he dies, I'm gonna be celebrating. That'll be the best part of this book. I hate him, hate him, hate him. I don't want him to have a redemption unless it's in the form of sacrificing himself. And I still won't like him, but I will be like, at least he did one thing good. I'm not very forgiving of unlikable characters or people. I don't know how much more I'm gonna read. It's like 10:30 and I'm kind of tired. I have work tomorrow, but not till like later in the day. I'm over 50% now. At least that's what my Kindle says. Sometimes I find it to be that when I read on my Kindle, it like adds extra pages, and so I could be farther, but I don't. I'm just gonna say I am where I am. And they're getting close to the actual like ice castle and like the actual heist. My guess of what's going to happen is I think Jesper might die. Actually, I don't know if people in this book die, but I have a feeling Jesper's gonna die protecting Waylon because he acts like he doesn't like him, but like he does. And I hope Matthias dies. I hope he has to sacrifice himself to save the rest of the group. I pray and I hope. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to reading. He still is mad, even with her explanation. I literally hate this man so much. So unbelievably much. So you'd love me to run Hellgate because you wouldn't condemn the other Grecias to death? Yeah. Yeah, buddy. And it's not crazy to say, or nor do. I hate him. He thinks everything is about him. It's just not. It just really isn't. You did everything but tell me the truth. I was trying to protect my people. People you spent your entire life trying to exterminate. Yeah. And I know she said it just because she's kind of mad right now, but like, it's true. Ugh, I hate that they're working together, and I understand like both of their takes on not wanting Bull to live, because yeah, like her take is like it's gonna make more of her people become slaves, because they're like, now we can do whatever we want with them and they have these strong powers, we can keep them with us. But also like, and like his is like, it's a danger and shouldn't be like continually made. Agree, but like them, but I just can't see Nina betraying Inej. They were like crying together, like, and I just don't want them to work together because he's just such a bad guy. He's gonna betray her. Part 4. I need to document some Matthias hate because Inej is talking to him and they're talking about Nina, and he's like, Nina is everything you say, it's too much. And Inej says, Inej murmured, taking a sip from her mug, maybe you're just not enough. So real, so real, so real. That's all. Okay, I was thinking of going to sleep, and they were like starting their mission to get into the ice palace or whatever, and they had to get into this prisoner van, and Kaz was acting really weird. I mean, rightfully so. The situation was like gross, I guess. The mistreatment of the prisoners was gross, but Kaz was acting weird, not acting to his best self, and they had to be like strapped into these things around their neck. I mean, I guess if you were watching this, you probably read the book. He passed out, which if I'm not wrong would mean he'd die, which he's not going to, but like that does mess with the plan a bit because they're gonna have to help him. I guess I won't be going to bed. Okay, hey guys, I did a little more reading, not much, and honestly, some stuff happened where like I probably should have been recording, but I was at work. The smaller thing that happened was that Wylan and Jesper were flirting, which I didn't call, and usually I call things like that, and I didn't, and so I was a little thrown off because I didn't call it. Then the more important thing, Nina and Kaz are going through the top floors to make sure that Bull isn't in the prison before they leave, and Nina finds like Grisha torture rooms and she like freaks out, obviously, and it causes her to be late to meeting up with Kaz. When she gets there, he's not there, and she like goes to look for him and he's not down the hallway either, and she runs back, runs into guards, and like kills a bunch of guards, which makes the alarm go off. Kind of crazy stuff. And then I'm on the chapter where Inej is trying to climb the where the smoke comes out, and she's climbing it, but her shoes are melting because it's still warm, because Matthias is like, they do in the morning, but they did in the afternoon. And that's all that's happening. All that's happening, a lot's happening. I think they'll still do the mission, and like I said, I think, and maybe this is just whole wishes, I think Matthias will have to sacrifice himself. That's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, that's all. I'm gonna read. She's climbing up the thing and she's remembering when Kaz came and got her from the I keep wanting to call it the menagerie, but that's not what it's called, but when he came and got her. But she doesn't believe they're gonna make it, but I think she will by some. I don't know how, but I think that they will make it. And the rain saved her. See, I knew that she'd make it up. Oh my god, one of the most important things, we learned that Jesper is a Grisha, which confirms my thoughts. Oh my god, are they all Grishas? Maybe I'm so stupid. That's why I hate this. But maybe Kaz is too, and that's why he always has gloves on. But we learned Jesper's when he's like, keep that a secret, Wylan. But maybe they all are. Besides Matthias and Wylan. Unless Wylan is too, why'd he leave? I don't know. I don't believe he is. Oh my god, so Kaz is not where they're supposed to be because he's trying to find Pico Rollins to kill him, but he's gonna get everyone killed. But he is like having a mental breakdown. So honestly, I think Kaz is being a little stupid. He's found Pico Rollins, and we learned like that that's who scammed him and his brother, and he doesn't want to touch skin because of the dead bodies at the barge or whatever. But I don't think him going into his cell is smart, especially because it said he let the door slam shut behind him. I just don't think it's smart. And now he's no one to back him up. And we're on part 5, and I just tapped on accident, and we're not even getting Kaz's chapter. But I don't think it's smart. I don't think Kaz is gonna die. He's like the main character. But I think he needs to focus. But they all are kind of in this space where they're not focused, which we say they're not gonna finish this heist, but like they have to because there's a book 2 and like they're main characters. But I don't know how Kaz is gonna get out of his situation. I don't know how Nina's gonna get out of her situation. Everyone else is fine right now.
But yeah, that's my thoughts. I don't think this is smart. Like, Kaz is in the cell with Pico Rollins.
It's not that I think his revenge is wrong. I think it's correct because it is ultimately what killed his brother and like turned him into like having this life. But I don't think it's smart. I really don't. Okay, I would have kept recording if I knew we were gonna have answers so quickly. I'm 2 pages into Jesper's chapter, and Kaz just ran in covered in blood. Did not think that was gonna happen. So he's half telling them what he did, but not fully, which is kind of weird because at that point, just don't tell him. Be like, I mean, I guess they're not stupid, but like, he's like, I couldn't find him. Okay, they're deciding if they have to leave because of this alarm. And I just think it's stupid because, like, I think they're too far gone. Like, I think they just have to do it. That's my opinion. Enter with the menagerie. I mean, but then if Nina and Inej are going in, Nina wants to kill Bull and Inej doesn't. Might not be good. Okay, Inej just got, like, they, like, went with the menagerie. They, like, got the costumes, they walked through, whatever. And she got flagged as being a red flag, and so she got sent to like the other group, and Nina left, which I don't know how she's gonna get out of that, but I don't think she dies. If she does, I'll kind of be upset. I think she's my favorite character. The boys are gonna go under. Matthias knows another way. I don't fully understand, but I'm a little nervous, but I think she'll be fine. I don't know how she'll get out of it, but I think she'll be fine. Okay, at this point I think I might just be bad at reading books because I don't remember who Jarl Brum is. I'm thinking, and oh my god, I remember. Wait, how is he alive? That's all very quite suspicious, actually. But I guess they don't really know. I guess they don't know who survived the boat crash or whatever. But not really good that she's being pulled away. Not that I think he'll remember that she was on that boat. Well, maybe because she testified against Matthias. But we're leaving. We're leaving. We're going to the next chapter. Jesper. Oh my god, they know the people I want to hear because where is Inej? Just girls. Oh no. Helene just dropped the bomb that Inej is Inej. Inej really snapped. As she should though, I hate Helene. Maybe this won't save her, they're dragging her away. This isn't good. He is so stupid. He is so stupid. She is playing him like a fiddle. Brum. What's his name? Something stupid. Laboratory. No fucking way he got her. No fucking way. He better do the right fucking thing. Don't piss me off, Matthias. This is your one chance. Surely he's not. Surely. I'm so pissed. He this better be a plan. They did go off and talk. No. I hate him, but he better not do this. I'm gonna crash out. Oh my god, he actually was betraying, but then he's gonna turn on him because he's like, it is a lie. I hate him. I hate him. Finally, he's doing something good. Finally. I still hate him. As an avid Matthias hater, although he did this good thing, I am gagging. I've been made to protect you only in death will I be kept from this oath. Oh my god, shut up. Literally shut up. I hate you so much. I hate you so much. Ugh, I wanted him to sacrifice himself and now it seems like that's not happening. Not at all. Oh my god, it's all making sense. Bolt is dead and they're trying to get his son to make the Gerard harem or whatever. Oh my god, why didn't I guess that? But then, like, do they still get their money? Because I think they should. Well, saves the problem of having to kill him. He's Grisha. It's getting so crazy, and I have a lot to say, like, all the time, but I can't keep the camera on all the time. Oh, he was trying to hide the powers I have. Stop. What the fuck? Everything's going wrong. Literally everything. Okay, Kaz saved them. Well, we'll see. We shall see. How do I have like 82 pages left? How? Okay, I'm officially on part 6. They currently are in the water. Well, like Anej isn't and Jesper and Waylon, but they're in the water. And Kaz is just daydreaming about Anej. She's like, she's so perfect. If I could bottle her laughter, I would. He's like, I need to live to make sure she lives. And he's like, I will survive. And then he inhales water. And then it ended. Like I said, I think that they're gonna survive. I think probably Anej will save them. I don't know how Jesper and Waylon are gonna get to where they are, but to be fair, I didn't fully understand the plan. So, but we're about to start Anej's chapter, and I'll probably film it because my guess is something's gonna happen, because right now she's being like escorted away because they like, whatever, she yelled at them. I don't know if I talked about that. Y'all know probably if you're watching this. Big slide, Jesper and Waylon are there. I don't know how they got there though. Was that part of the plan? I guess she's not a Grisha. In my mind, she really was. I don't understand what's happening. She's jumping through a hole in the glass. I don't understand. Did I not pay attention when they said the plans, or did they not tell us? Like, I'm so confused. Big sleigh made it with the tank out. No shot. Kaz is brought back with fucking CPR. And they're like, Nina's like, remember? He like doesn't remember. She's like, remember? 3 million crews. And he's like, 4 million. You desecrated the sacred ash. It's a simple hellfire. If your god is so delicate, maybe you should get a new one. Let's get out of here. I always turn off the camera at the worst moments, but I swear to God, if Nina dies and Matthias doesn't, I'm going to rage. I'm going to lose my mind because she's about to take the part, whatever it's called, the medicine. If she takes that and she's like addicted and dies, I'm going to crash out. In Matthias's life, I'm going to crash out. And I understand right now they're like stuck because soldiers are at the water and they didn't predict that. But like, at that point, give up the mission. No way Nina's gonna die and Matthias doesn't. Oh my god. Yes. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. 'Cause I'm happy. Oh, boring. Boo. Tomato. I should have kept reading. No way she made Brum bald. They actually made it? No way. No way Nina just drops. I hear Kaz's breath change the second he looks at you. Just a quick little drop. Okay, I'm proud of Anej because although I don't not ship Kaz and Anej, it's like he gives her so little, and I feel like usually in fantasies it's like, oh my god, he gave so little, it's so much. Like, it's like he hates everyone but he loves me. And I like that she's like he barely talks. He's like, I want you, and she's like, what does that mean? What does that mean? And he like doesn't explain. She's like, I want you without armor, Kazbrecker, or I will not have you at all. And she walks away, and I think that is good because she has all these dreams, and he's just like gives her an inch and expects a mile. And I think usually in fantasy it's like they do one nice thing and now they're together, and like this is very secondary plot, not even secondary, like fourth. It's not priority plot wise, but I think she slayed big time. But I do want to know what Kaz said to Nina, because he said something to Nina as she walked away. I still have like 46 pages left and I'm like shocked. And after and always, I hate him. I don't know if this is a common believe, but I hate him and I was hoping he's gonna die. Okay, I'm reading and I'm not gonna film like this because I'm just laying down, but I have a theory, or I don't think, like, they're right now rowing to do the exchange of the guy for the money, and I don't think it's gonna go well, especially because Kaz landed and was like, oh, I was able to reach him and it was fine. And I think even the notes like, thank you for protecting your country, was weird. I think it's all weird. I don't think this is gonna go well. That's my guess. I know I predicted this, but it's still annoying because they're about to leave with the money, and then Van Eyck's like, I see quite a few problems. Like, he sent him away because he can't read. Be so serious. Be a better father. The letters were mocking him. Okay, they're in the small boat for sure. But why don't they tell Jesper anything? I'd crash out. They don't tell him anything. Oh my god. Nina turned Wylan into the boy. He's obsessed with her, but he won't admit that he's obsessed with her. It's so crazy. Oh my god, all of that, and for what? Inej is gone. Like, I think they're still gonna get it, but like... I don't know, maybe I liked your stupid face. Yeah, literally. Literally, why does everyone know about Jesper? What? Okay, well, maybe that's why he's not told anything. Okay, well, that was awful. You're still the same dumb farm boy who stepped up the boat. I know he's sad because his girlfriend's gone, but they need to work on getting her back. Okay, I'm finally finished. I was right about, like, the book being kind of shorter than it said, because I thought it was about 480 pages and it's 462, so it was a little shorter. I'm excited the next mission will be getting Inej back, except like I kind of hope we're still getting her chapters because I do really like her, and I'm excited to see Kaz get his revenge on Pico Rollins. I'll be honest. I'm upset that Matthias is still alive. I don't like him still. Don't care about him. I am excited to start reading the next one. So yeah, I don't know when I'm going to start reading the next one, but I actually already have it from the library. I just have to send it to my Kindle and then I can read it. So that's good and fun. I liked it. I did really like it. I had a good time. I read it pretty fast. I wouldn't say it's like my favorite book in the world, but I'll probably give it like a 4.5 maybe. So yeah. What? I thought I charged this. Okay, we're gonna have some problems. This might be a sign, because what I was just about to say, what I should be doing, schoolwork. I've got about 2 weeks left of school for, I was gonna say forever, but like realistically it's for a while, not forever, but for now I'm done. I'm about to get my bachelor's degree. I will probably go back and get my master's at some point, but just, it's not in the cards right now. But I've got 2 weeks left. I've got the worst case of senioritis. Such a bad case, worse than when I was in high school, and it was bad when I was in high school. I have done some work today, but I should do more. Whatever. Point being is we're starting Crooked Kingdom because I haven't started yet. It's been a couple days. I wanted a couple days off. This book is longer. This book is like 520. I think the last one was like 480. Okay, I need to plug this in, but I'm gonna start reading. And we'll see how much I read. I don't think I'm actually going to read that much today, because if I were to guess, my mom's probably on the way home and I kind of want to go watch the 100, so bye. I've been doing some reading. I haven't paused any. I do have two things to say. The first chapter was a new character. I don't really have anything to say on that right now, to be honest. The second chapter was Wylan. I have two things to say. One, is Nina just cured from the param, Jurda, whatever? And we're just moving on, because I feel like that's kind of an important thing we should have like focused on. Like, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself and we're going to get there later. Two, I've really enjoyed their first little heist back in this book. I feel like it's written really well. Having a good time, seeing all this go down, and I like kind of expected them to get shot, but like caught, but them like immediately getting caught like very end. Like, they rounded the corner and slammed directly into Cornelius Smeet. Kind of crazy. Also, like, Matthias maybe should do a better job, and we know how I stand on Matthias, so like maybe this is just I hate him, but like, he whistled, my guess is to tell them the time, but he didn't fucking tell them that Cornelius Smeet was right there. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I don't have much to say, but I do think that we should be talking about Nina more. Maybe when it's her chapter, we'll go back and talk about it, but that was like kind of important to the plot of the last one. Like, she was gonna die and now she's just fine. Feels a little weird and like not the best choice. Ugh, next chapter is Matthias. Shoot me. Okay, we're gonna play a guessing game. Which of these 3 things am I not loving? Okay, option 1. Everyone bullying Kaz because he won't admit that he likes Inej and his main priority is getting her back. Option 2, Matthias thirsting over Nina and talking about it over and over. Option 3, Jesper flirting with Wineland and making him really nervous. You have 5 seconds. Oh my gosh, yes, it was number 2. Are we all shocked? I'm having a good time, and then I have to hear Matthias be like, I love Nina. I want to kiss Nina. Nina's so pretty. Literally, why is he in the book? Why is he here? I can have a good time with everything. I like all of the other characters. And then he has to talk, and I'm on his chapter, and like, chapters, like, for the characters usually aren't super focused on just them unless they're like off doing something, but when they're all together, like, you're getting everyone. And then you get like a moment where he's like, really? Asked Nina, tugging at her corset. Pollen from one of the irises had scattered over her bare shoulder. Matthias had the overwhelming urge to brush it away with his lips. It's probably poisonous, he told himself sternly. Maybe he should take a walk. I don't want to hear that, bro. She deserves so much better. Or even when Kaz was like, I expect that you and Matthias want a better life. Who said her and Matthias? Who said her and Matthias? Why are we entertaining this? Why is he still in the book? Like, that brief moment, those 2 seconds where I thought he died, my favorite part. And my least favorite part, those 2 seconds after. Like, I don't want to hear about him anymore, and I don't want to hear about him in relation to Nina. She deserves better. We still are just moving on, though, from her taking that drug. Like, is she okay? Like, is she okay? But yeah, that's all. Okay, big things are happening, which I'm 50 pages in, so it makes sense that, like, things are happening. We just found out that Muzzin is dead, which is who took Matthias' place in the prison, which, like, I kind of thought that was, like, a for sure thing. He'd be dead, because Kaz was like, oh, he'll be in the infirmary and they'll keep him sick. Like, I just kind of thought he would be dead, so, like, I'm not shocked about that. But they're saying that, like, Driscoll killed him, which, like, also not shocked about that. Matthias kind of is, but I'm not. And Jesper's dad might be looking for him, which is crazy because I guess Jesper does owe debt on his dad's farm, so his dad would be mad at him. But, like, he is working towards that. He just has an addiction, man. So that's interesting. But also, is he really that much of a threat? I don't know. Like, in my mind, I think no. And now, chapter 4 is starting. Inej. Sign of life for my girl. Finally! I love her. This is literally a treat. They said, here's a Matthias chapter, but don't worry. Inej is after. Literally a treat. Literally, they did that just for me. They knew I'd be so upset, but they wanted to reel me back in with this one. That's all. I don't really know how this is gonna go. And, like, my question is this whole book they're gonna be trying to get Inej back? Or, like, I guess I am, like, I'm, like, almost 10% in. So, like, I don't know. I'm gonna go read this. Maybe I record a little bit. I've been, like, recording and then plugging my camera back in. It's kind of annoying. We're at 40% for the camera, so that's better than 20. But I think I might record a little because I feel like this could be something. That could be something. Did we know Bajan before? Like, she's talking about him like we did, but I didn't think we did. I didn't think we knew him at all. Why does he know about her family? Why does Bajan know about her family? Your friends are not coming? Maybe only speak of things you know, bro. Maybe only speak of things you know. Tell your master honor his old deals before he starts making new ones. Now leave me alone. Slay. I love her. I love her. Bonnet scurried away like the well-dressed rat he was. Oh. Oh my god. Leave her be. What? They literally are gonna torture her, which is so crazy because when she was talking to Bahan, she's like, torturing Kim. He's like, you haven't been tortured. Literally. This is what she said to Bahan. Or he said, Bahan looks done. I've been nothing but kind to you. I'm not some sort of monster. No, you're the man who sits idly by, congratulating yourself on your decency while the monster eats his fill. At least a monster has teeth in his spine. Literally. Break her legs? Okay, Kaz and them need to hurry up. They didn't break her legs. They were gonna break her legs, which... But they need to hurry up. Part 2. A Killing Wind. Okay, I'm taking a small break. Okay, truth be told, I read a little at work. I know I said I shouldn't do it anymore, and when I say a little, I read like 30 pages. But I left some notes. We got some notes to read and go over. Sorry. Okay, that's all I have to say. But also, I wasn't getting any reading done. It's been like a week maybe. Not for you guys, but I wasn't getting any reading done. So I started reading work. Okay, something I highlighted. You don't have to come, you know, Jesper said, because he felt like he should. You have your supplies. You could wait this out safe and snug in a coffee house. Is that what you want? No, I can't do this alone. Jesper shrugged. And he did not say the no, I can't do this alone. I kind of love it. I kind of love their relationship. The only thing is Wylan now does not look like himself. He looks like Kue. I'm so sorry. So that's a little, you know, but maybe they're just having a love is blind moment. Sorry, but I'm kind of loving their little slow burn situation they've got going. Next highlight. But he wasn't prepared for the relieved grin that split his father's craggy features. Someone might as well have put a bullet right in Jesper's heart. Jess, his father cried. So cute, so cute. Like, literally so cute, because I was a little nervous. I think that's the last thing I talked about, that I was a little nervous about Jesper's father coming, because I was like, why is he coming? Like, is he mad? No. He wasn't mad, he was worried, and it was just so sweet, because I feel like with Jesper, like, we've really only seen him struggle in relation to like his past and like his actual like life, you know? So that was so cute. Is this the next one? Okay, Jesper runs into this girl he knows and is like, she's like, we were supposed to go to breakfast, and he was like, I'm so sorry, and he was like, if I survive this, or if we survive this, I'll buy you waffles. And Wylan said, you don't have enough money to buy her waffles. Jealousy. Okay, I need to stop singing. I'm so sorry. But I was kind of like giggling, kicking my feet, I'll be real. I was at work like kind of like, I can't react big, but like that was kind of cute. It's a little bit cute. A little bit of jealousy like that, kind of cute. You know, kind of cute. Okay. Next one from Nina's chapter. So those are all from Jesper's chapter. Then last night, when she'd been preparing to cozy up to Cornelis' meet, she'd made the mistake of using her power. And my caption was, okay, she is still suffering, because I was like, why are we just moving on from her taking the parum, whatever it's called, and we're just moving on. And like, we're not talking about that. So this chapter was kind of like, I was like, okay, good. We're not just moving on. She's kind of struggling more than other people know, though. So that's kind of interesting. But I was like, okay, good. Let's go to this note, because I don't know what this means. Oh my god, this was so cute. So they're trying to explain to Jesper's dad like kind of what's going on without telling him, because they don't, like, Jesper doesn't want his dad to know he's in this. And so he's like trying to start a lie, and it's like not working. Like Nina's trying to help, Wylan's trying to help, but like his dad's really not catching on. And then Kaz steps up and is like, they were swindled, and he like helps him, which is so cute. Like the found family is finding themselves. It's so cute, because Kaz has showed like affection to Inej, but I don't really know if I would say at this moment he's really showed affection to other people. Maybe a little bit Nina, and that's it. Like, you can tell he cares for them, right? Like, he does care for them, but he does not show it outwardly. And so him doing this, I was like, oh, so cute. The found family is found familying. I hate that I said that. I really hate that I said that. But I was like, oh my god, so cute. So cute. So next, so then Nina says this, or it's in her head. The other sense inside of her, the gift that had been there for as long as she could remember, the heart of the power that had been her constant companion since she was a child, had simply ceased to beat. So they're going into this mission, and she's supposed to be putting these guards to sleep, which she has done more times than I can count in this book. And she can't do it. And Jesper's like, you need to do it. Like, they have now realized they're there, and she's like, he's like, if they call the other people, like, we are screwed. And she like can't do it. And then going into my next thing, I said, did you do that? Said Jesper. Had she? Nina felt like she could taste the dust in her own mouth. This shouldn't be possible. A corporalnik could manipulate the human body, not
not inorganic matter. This was the work of a fabricator, a powerful one. It wasn't you, and it wasn't Jasper. Basically what happens is she like accidentally kills one of them, she thinks, and they have like this dust that's coated in their mouth and nose. She's like, how'd I do that? And this reminds me of the 100. And it might just be because I'm watching it right now, which is probably not smart to be watching that as I'm watching this, especially because there's a character whose name is Jasper, and this character's name is Jesper, and I wouldn't say they're like that dissimilar vibes-wise to me, and so it is a little confusing, but it reminds me, spoilers for the 100, skip to this time spot if you don't want spoilers for the 100, but after Raven takes that thing for the City of Light and then they bring her back, she still has some of her powers because they zapped her instead of just like killing the switch. Like it wasn't taken out of her when the switch was killed. So she still has some of Becca's memories implanted in her, and it kind of felt like that. And so like mostly just cause of that, I'm getting the vibe that maybe Nina still has like these extra powers from the Param whatever that now that she is like getting off of this addiction, because like she is getting there, she's not great, but she is getting there, especially after this moment actually helps her a little bit. I'm wondering if she now is like does have increased powers, but that's all I have to say. Next, okay, then Nina says, come on, let's go get our girl. Once again, found family trope, but Nina and Inej already kind of had this found family, like they have been super cute. I really like their friendship, so like this isn't that shocking, whereas the Kaz one was kind of shocking. Like I knew it was gonna happen, but like I was just like a little shocked it did, you know? This I wasn't shocked, I was just like, oh, so sweet. Okay, next we're on to Inej's chapter, which was a little concerning because the last we saw her they were trying to like abuse her, break her legs, and we didn't really know the plan of, actually we didn't know the plan at all of Kaz and the group, because like we weren't explained, like nothing was explained to us. We just saw them doing little things and that's all. We didn't get any backstory, and this is like when we started getting backstory, which I was like okay, I love heists, I was really getting into it. I had a moment where I almost recorded at work and then I went, I can't do this because if someone walks in I'm going to cry. I'll be so embarrassed. I'll have to quit. Like genuinely I would have to quit. So Elise, Jan Van Eyck's pretty pregnant wife. Inej felt hope spark, but she tampered it down, afraid to believe, because Van Eyck was like, I've lured them in and like they're falling for my trap and they're gonna come get you and you're gonna have to watch them be murdered by this giant army I have. And Kaz and the crew outsmarted them and stole his wife. They stole his wife. And then Kaz left a note and said, meet me tomorrow at noon and I'll bring your wife and you're gonna give me Inej. And such a slay. Such a big sleigh. Oh, this was the note. It's even a bigger sleigh. Once again I was like sitting there like twirling my hair, kicking my feet. Noon tomorrow, Gold Med Bridge with her knives. Oh my god, that's so cute because her knives mean everything to her. She has them named after saints. When they were taken away she was like, I literally don't feel like myself. She like pray, like they're her saints, and like when something's gonna happen she like prays to them, like not the knives but like touches each one and it's like each of the saints. Oh my god, and he's like, bring her knives. A 3, it literally has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words. 3 of them are with her knives. And my note says, with her knives, screaming, crying, throwing up. And that is the end of my annotations. So that is what has happened. Currently, I'm on Nina's chapter now, and now we are kind of like getting more of the backstory of them taking Elise, kind of, not anything crazy. There was definitely a Matthias chapter in there that obviously I didn't mark anything. Actually, I think a Matthias chapter just happened, but basically they took this pregnant woman. At first she just like went along with them, like she wasn't like understanding the situation, I guess, and now she's like screaming and crying and being like, I just want to get home, I just want to get home. That's it. That's all that's happened. But also Nina like Inej talked back to Van Eyck and like kind of slayed. He like slapped her because she was laughing. She was like, I couldn't control myself, it was so funny. And he slapped her and she like headbutted his nose, and she was basically like, you know you can't do anything, because if you do anything to me, like your baby's gonna be ripped out of her stomach. And it was kind of a slay. It was kind of a big slay. And so I'm really getting into this. Because we're into the thick of the heist now. Even though I don't really know how this book is gonna go, because I'm happy because I was a little nervous that the whole heist would be getting Inej, and like I wanted them all together, especially Inej. Like if Matthias had been taken, like I would have been like, that's fine, you know? Actually, I'd been a little annoyed because I don't know how to like deal with them trying to get him back. But I think I'm 20% in. I'm at the part where he's like shut this lady up, and they're like, we can't do anything bad to her, and he's like, I don't care. He's basically like, I don't give a, he's like, someone stick a cork in that girl before I get back. Like, he is just pissed, and like, to be fair, they took Inej, and like, he is not very like sentimental or anything like that. So I am on page 110, 20% in, which means this heist for Inej is not gonna be the whole thing. But then what? I guess they still need their money, and they still have Kuwait, and they still have to deal with all that. I guess that makes sense. But I'm loving it so far. I don't really even know if I'm gonna read right now, but yeah, those are the little updates. Sorry I didn't vlog. I've been really loving it though. Also, I was like, oh, it's fine because we're not even 20% in. Surely nothing's gonna happen. And then like everything happened. Hey guys, it's so crazy because I actually am not wearing a hoodie. Last time we talked, I think I read a little bit at work, but I stopped myself because we were getting to the part where he's about to switch over Elise and Inej, and I'm like, I can't read this because I think I need some reaction to that, because that is like a big part of the book. I don't know if I have anything I've highlighted. Oh, seems like I do. I think I only have 2 things. Oh my god, Matthias is like arguing with Nina, like, are you okay, are you okay? And they're like literally in a crowd, and I was like, stupid, 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 because oh my god, pay attention to the task you are doing. And he's like, but I know you're not okay. Like, it's not the time, bro. It is quite literally not the time. And then, you should rest. This is also Matthias. You should rest. He said, I can wake you when it's time. I'm not tired, and I don't need to be told how to do my job. You're angry, or told how I feel. Get to your post, Matthias. You're looking a little ragged around those gilded edges too. Like, literally leave her alone. I actually said kill him. Who said that? No, it wasn't me. I don't know who said that. But literally leave her alone. Literally leave her alone. Like, maybe, like, just focus on yourself. And also, to be like, I'm gonna tell her what to do. You tried to kill her. Like, yeah, she's not doing well. Good job, Sherlock. So yeah, that's all that happened. I stopped. I think it is Matthias's chapter. I think we're just gonna start here. So I am about 23% in. I'm on page 124. No, he's like dreaming of her. He's like mad about the job she did. Like, literally focus on your task. I hate him so much. Does anyone else hate him? Can't suffer if he's dead. So true. He only wished she'd separate herself from Kaz Brecker. The girl deserved better. Then again, maybe Nina deserved better than Matthias. Yeah. Yeah, she did. She does. 100%. He's also sucking his job. Jesper is literally signaling him. He's like, I don't see anything. I don't trust Matthias reaching for his rifle either, because they think they're like, maybe like the stab watch is coming, but like, I'm sorry, I don't trust Matthias with anything. Oh my god, I hate Van Eyck. He's such a liar. Okay, like, not going great, but they do have Inej, and that's all I care about. It's all I care about. All I care about. Oh my god, every time I turn this off, something crazy happens. Okay, so we had heard about this like bomb from Kaz's perspective, and he was like, that wasn't supposed to happen. I'm reading Jesper's, and I'm like, okay, we kind of already know what's gonna happen. Like, I don't think I need to record myself. Like, I know bomb's gonna go off. Like, there's no reaction needed. Another Mr. Crimson lay on the ground beside him, a black tear painted onto his red lacquer cheek. Jesper dislodged the mask. Nina's eyes were closed, and blood ran from her temple. He shook her shoulder. Nina, he shouted above the screams and wailing around him. Her eyelids fluttered, and she drew a sharp breath, then started coughing as she sat up. Okay, I didn't get that far. I just got to the part where he was like, Nina, and I'm like, you're kidding. Oh my god, I forgot about this whole storyline with these, like, people with these powers that, like, we don't know about. Maybe they need to all stop yelling each other's names, though. Just a thought. just a little thought. Maybe crazy. And masks off. They're hunting Grisha? So then maybe they should shut the fuck up and put their masks on and get moving. Finally, Matthias said something Smart. We need to mask down. We need to get to safety. Yeah. Sniff the air. What? What? They sniffed them? They sniffed them? Next time I'm not saving your life while I'm panted, you'd miss me. Everyone does. What? Ew, metal, what? Metal under their skin? They're robots? Okay, part 3, brick by brick. And Nesh is back, but now they have to deal with these people trying to take the Grishas, which is Nina and Jesper. This little moment where Nesh is like meeting up with everyone again is so cute, and they like all hugged. I wish Matthias wasn't there. I'm sorry, I need to stop talking about it. And then Nina's like, do you want my cookies? And Jesper's like, oh, of course she gets your cookies. And it says, Nina planted Nesh in a chair and plucked the tin down in front of her. Eat, she commanded. Like, I love them all. The Phone family, I love Nina and Nesh too, like they're so sweet together. Okay, it's a little bit later. I took a little bit of a break. I paused because I think there was something I needed to share my opinion on. Let me read for a second and then I will get back. Okay, so they're like arguing about like, what they need to be doing because now there's these Grisha hunters. And Nina's like, we need to do something because there's 3 of us here that they could catch. And Jasper's like, yeah, this is like not good. But then Kaz and Wyland are like, it's fine, it was already dangerous. As if Nina wasn't just like captured in this net. Like, could have died if she didn't have quick thinking. Like, and they're like, it was always dangerous. Like, as if it's not specifically dangerous for a few of them. Yeah, and then Nesh is like I also would like to help the other Grisha, like, and cut her down, like, there must be something we can do. And then Matthias is like, there are bigger issues here. The girl you're obsessed with almost just got murdered. Like, call me crazy, I like don't care about these sugar shares or whatever. I like don't care at all. Like, I actually couldn't care less, I'll be honest. Like, he's like, well, if we damage Van X silos, then our shares will go up. It's like I'm hearing like the Charlie Brown parents speaking. Like, I like don't care. Not the weevil. A chemical weevil, said Jesper, but Wyland still hasn't named it. My vote is for Weevil. It's brilliant, just like you. Okay. Like, I really don't care about the sugar. I want another heist. I don't care about the sugar. Kaz, he needs to like buck up, like genuinely, because the plan is like, and it's just like crawling or walking across a tightrope across the silos, and he like procured a net for her, and she's like, I don't need a net, like I don't need a net, whatever. And then she's like, why the net, Kaz? And he said, yeah, why the net? And he said, yeah, why the net? Why something that would complicate the assault? He'd plan on the silos and leave them twice as open to exposure. I couldn't bear to watch you fall. But he doesn't say that. Why? Just say it. Just say it. I just went to a lot of trouble to get my spider back. I didn't do it so you could crack your skull open the next day. Like, just say it. She literally told you to say it when they're on the boat too. And he's like, I want you. And she's like, you don't get me unless you're honest. And he didn't learn. They're also like getting the Grisha, like that's part of the plan, and like I agree that's the right thing. They can't just leave them there, but I'm a little worried that that's gonna go well. Like, I don't think it's gonna go well. Every time I'm like, maybe I'm being harsh on Matthias and then he's gonna grow on me, he does something new. One, he was like, really liked her dress when she changed into like she's very covered. That just feels weird to me. Two, that was just me hating him probably, but 2, he's like hating on the traditions of her people again. It's not natural. It's not natural. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I don't know why, but I was reading my own chapter and I'm like, wow, I guess he is sending him to this music school. Why'd I believe that? why was it so shocking to me that they're trying to kill him? Like, I should have known that. Like, he was like, as long as it takes for them to forget I have another son. Like, I should have known that's what was gonna happen. It shocked me. I was like, and so crazy that he's still like, my dad's not evil. And like, I get why he's doing that, but like, your dad is evil. Your dad is evil. But yeah, I don't know why I was so shocked. Is Wyland's mom not dead? Because why are at the graveyard? And then, she's like, I'll take you to her. And they turned toward the entrance, not the graveyard. I can't believe she's alive. He literally is evil. This is so sad. She painted him. Oh, Matthias. I'm done. They're supposed to be flirting and he's pissing me off still. I think he'd play with a date bomb if it would pay you any attention. I hate him. He's gonna freak out. Not Kaz saying, yes, not Kaz without hesitation. There's one person I could trust. One person I know would never use my weakness against me. Then do what she said, bro. Then do what she said. Do what she said. I know it's all about to blow up. But it's so funny that Kaz is like, I don't need anyone. I'm such a mean guy. And then he treats them all like, come on, I can show you a better life. Like he's giving Wyland all this advice like, you can still be something even though you can't read. And he's like giving all this advice. He's like, do you think people thought I could do stuff with my lamp before I did? And he's like, I don't like that one. But also completely devoid of what I just said. Pika Roland just walked in. Because why wouldn't he? Matthias. I can do this. I forgot that everyone's in a bad situation. I don't even think I talked about this. Kue, Matthias, and Jesper stayed at the, what's it called? At the cemetery. And there's like chit-chatting. I'm pretty sure Matthias was annoying me. And all the windows got blown in. And then Inej is pushed into the silo, which is the scariest. And Kaz and Wyland just got caught by Pika Roland. So that's good. You know, I was saying I was bored. You can't be bored when everyone's in a bad place. I hope Matthias dies. I have to keep reading. I have to wake up at 5 a.m. Why is Pika Roland's there? Like, I mean, he's not here, but his people are here. Oh, because of Kuwait. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. Of course Matthias is like, well, you're too Grisha. Oh yeah, Jesper should fucking expose himself. Oh my god. Like, he still is talking about the Jew school. He's like, why is Jesper saying why to me? He should have listened to me. He would have been bricked for insubordination in the Jew school. Oh my gosh, newsflash. You're not their fucking leader. You're a newbie. Oh my god. You would have been bricked for insubordination. Don't test me. So much is happening and I don't know how I'm going to go to sleep because we are now on Inej's chapter. Sorry, Bo's foot is in your face. And also she wasn't pushed in. I guess she was about to be pushed in. Literally this sentence means nothing to me. I'm Dunyasha, the White Blade, trained by the sages of Amra, Jen, the greatest assassin of the sage. Not a single word of that means anything to me. Doesn't mean a bell. Same. Perhaps they worried you would talk yourself to death. So real. I don't know if going along the wire is the best choice. her bringing up the peacock as if she had any choice in the matter. I hate this girl. Are you fucking serious? If Inej isn't dying, Inej isn't dying. But if in any world she dies and Matthias is alive and breathing, his book's getting rated a 1. Sue me. Kaz saying, "That's where you're wrong," said Kaz. "I don't hold a grudge. I cradle it. I coddle it. I feed it fine cuts of meat and send it to the best schools. I nurture my grudges, Rollins." Kinda slayed. Kinda slayed. As someone who holds grudges and believes in holding grudges, kinda slayed. I need to go to bed. I'm eating this up though. I literally was like, I'm bored. I don't like this book. I got to halfway and now I'm like, okay. I see the vision. Also, I'm becoming a hardcover girly. Being able to sit like this, I can never do that with a paperback. Now holding, I'm still a paperback person. This though, it's kinda it. Sorry. Rollins is just chit-chatting and I don't care. I want Kaz to stab him. He deserves worse than that. You'll grow into a boy now. Hand over that seal and come quietly, why don't you? Kaz is such a slay. I'll be real. I'd fall for Kaz. He's good at what he does. He's smart. See you on the other side. Is Nina's new power death? Because that's sick. That's so sick. Because she like used the bones and now she's about to use these dead people? Question mark? Or it's just like not living. Not dead, but like not living. She made zombies? She's slaying. She's slaying. This is the craziest line. Nina glanced from Inej to Kaz and saw they both wore the same expression. Nina knew that look. It came after the shipwreck, when the tide moved against you and the sky had gone dark. It was the first sight of land, the hope of shelter and even salvation that might await you on the distant shore. Excuse me? Okay. Guess that's where we're ending tonight. Okay, don't mind my hair in this, and I'm worried that we're gonna finish the video and I'm looking like this, but I don't have the energy within myself to act normal if my hair is touching me right now. So I showered, and I will not be taking this out until my head is hitting my pillow. So that's where we're at. But I have read quite a bit of Crooked Kingdom. Did I just forget what this is called? Yeah, I almost called it Six of Crows, and I knew that was wrong. I'll show you where we're at. Bottom of the book. I'll be real. A lot's happened. A lot's happened where I probably should have been vlogging, but I've been reading this at work because my goal was to finish this by today. And it's not gonna happen. I was gonna say, I don't think it's gonna happen. No, it isn't gonna happen. It's not that I don't think it's gonna happen. It's impossible for it to happen. But I have a few things that we should talk about. Okay, this part was cute. Only Kaz stood apart, staring silently out the window to the dark streets below. Kaz, said Nina, you may not be glad we're alive, but we're glad you are alive. Come here. Leave him be, murmured Inej softly. Saints, Wraith, said Jasper, you're bleeding. Should I call a doctor? Asked Jasper's father. No, they all replied in unison. Of course not, said Colm. Should I ring for coffee? Yes, please. And then he ordered coffee and waffles. I just think that moment's cute where like Kaz is very closed off, but like almost to the extent of being like, I'm closed off because I don't want to lose anyone else because of what happened to his brother. And I just think like Nina trying to include him and in a way that he would like respect more rather than just be like, come give us a hug. She's like, I know you're not glad we're alive, but we're glad you're alive. Like, you know, playing into that almost. this moment upset me because I know that people are like, this is so cute. I could feel it in my bones that people think this moment's cute. Nina and Matthias holding hands. He's like, I'm grateful you're alive, and I'm grateful you're beside me. I'm grateful that you're eating. And she said, or she rested her head on his shoulder. You're better than waffles, Matthias Helvar. No, he's not. She loves waffles, and I hate him. And I just know people love that quote, and it pissed me off while reading it. Oh, I thought this was kind of like, I'm gonna sound crazy. I thought this was kind of sweet when Kaz and Jesper fight, because, okay, point being is they're like, someone says, and they're like, no, they're not trying to kill each other. Like, if they were, they would do it. Like, they both could do it very easily. And I don't know, maybe this isn't cute, but I also like that Jesper's father comes in and he's like, you better stop this. He like uses his full name and he's like, this is enough, we're done with this. I thought that was cute. And all of this made it so Kaz had a plan then, because he was kind of like giving up. He was like, it's over and it's done with, and I'll just give myself up and you guys can leave. Like, he was kind of being a baby. Also, this paragraph really like solidified that I was like into this book. This whole time we've been playing Van Eck's game. We've been hiding. We're done with that. We're going to stage a little auction right out in the open. He turned to face them, and his eyes gleamed flat and black as a shark's. And since Kue is so eager to sacrifice himself, he's gonna be the prize. I was like, okay, I'm into this. I'm into this. Like, keep it going. This little moment with Jesper and Inej. Maybe I deserve it. Do you know the Sully have no words to say I'm sorry? What do you say when you step on someone's foot? I don't step on people's foot. You know what I mean. We say nothing. We know the slight was not deliberate. We live in tight quarters, traveling together. There's no time to constantly be apologizing for existing. But when someone does wrong, when we make mistakes, we don't say we're sorry. We promise to make amends. I will. Mati and Sheva Yelu. This action will have no echo. It means we won't repeat the same mistakes, that we won't continue to harm. I'm not going to get you stabbed again. I got stabbed because I let my guard down. You betrayed your crew. I didn't mean, it would be better if you had meant to betray us, Jesper. I don't want an apology, not until you can promise that you won't keep making the same mistake. Jesper rocked lightly on his heels. I don't know how to do that. There's a wound in you, in the tables, in the dice, the cards. They feel like medicine. They soothe you, put you right for a time. But they're poison, Jesper. Every time you play, you take another sip. I don't know, I think that moment was just really good because Jesper needed someone to be like, bro, maybe there's something going on inside. Like, you don't just keep making mistakes because you just like make mistakes. Like, you love the people you're surrounding. Like, there is this wound inside you. And also just her being like, you don't need to apologize. I don't know, I think that moment was really cute. Now, that was from the other day. Now, these are the quotes from today, and I took a lot, and I kind of, this is when I was like, maybe I need to stop reading, and I didn't. Oh my god, this scene with Wylan and Jesper, Wylan is playing the piano, and Jesper comes up and they have this whole flirty moment, and then they kiss. I was like, oh my god, finally, because it is, they are so stupid, so bad at communication. I was like, oh my god, it's happening. And I was like, wow, this is so cute. And then Jesper started being like, this just doesn't feel right. Like, I don't feel the spark. And I'm like, please tell me this isn't what it's gonna be. Like, they're gonna be like, actually, we're not compatible. Like, all this build up for what? Why was it Kue? Why did he let him make out with him? And then Wylan walks in and it messes shit up. Come on. But I was like at work, literally the most innocuous scene. Like, it was safe for work. In no world was it not safe for work. Like, literally they just flirted a little and then they kissed a little. Like, a little. But I was like, we've been waiting for this moment, so it felt way bigger, and I'm like, I shouldn't be reading this. Like, I was on my break in the break room, no one was reading my book, but I was like, oh my god, I shouldn't be reading this. I'm like, I'd be like twirling my hair if I wasn't at work, and then it's not him. And then it's not him. That threw me off. Oh my god, this moment. No more deals, said Kaz. I never should have gone to Roland's in the first place. Jesper's brows rose. Are you actually admitting you made a mistake? We needed capital, Kaz said. His eyes slid briefly to Inej. I'm not sorry for it, but it wasn't the right move. Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know. And actually, I have a quote that's gonna go with that later, so don't even worry. Oh my god. This is crazy. He hands her the paper that like says she no longer is indentured to anyone. Inej. Kaz hands Inej the paper. And she's like, how? She said, the money? It's done. He liquidated every asset he had, used the last of the savings he'd accrued, every ill-gotten cent. She pressed the envelope to her chest above her heart. I have no words to thank you for this. Surely Suli have 1,000 proverbs for such an occasion. Words have not been invented for such an occasion. If I end up on the gallows, you can say something nice over the corpse, he said. Wait until 6 bells. If I'm not back, try to get everyone out of the city. Bro is obsessed with her, but won't just admit it. Won't just admit it. Because why do men? Why? Because I'm pretty sure right now he's about to do something crazy that pissed me off. Okay, they're having a little moment, and then he's like, her bandage is bleeding. She's like, this isn't your fault. And then he's like, I'll help you. Which is crazy. He doesn't touch people. And they have this, like, very, like, intimate moment. And when I mean intimate, like, nothing has happened, but, like, I mean, if you're watching this, you probably read the book. But, like, if you haven't, you don't want to read the book. He doesn't touch people because he has this trauma, and he always wears gloves. He doesn't touch people because he has this, like, really fucked up trauma with his brother. And he was like, I don't even want to talk about it. Like, I've been giving spoilers, but I don't want to talk about it. It's, like, gross. But, like, he was, like, on this pile of dead bodies, and, like, his brother was one of them, and he had to, like, use his brother to get back to shore. Like, and so he, like, every time he touches skin, he, like, can feel, okay? He doesn't touch people. He has these gloves. He, like, takes off his gloves, and he's, like, fixing her bandages. And, like, for the most part, he's not touching her, but then he, like, touches her, and he, like, freaks out a little bit. She, like, calms him down, and they, like, actually, I don't even think they kiss. I think he does something crazier than kiss her. He kissed her neck, which is crazy, but then he, like, blips out. Like, he was, like, able to center himself because he's, like, listening to Anej's story, and they're, like, connecting, and they usually don't talk that much. And then he, like, gets visions of it. And instead of being normal and, you know, explaining, he, like, crashes out and is like, I'm gonna make her hate me. And he's, like, mean, and he's like, I want to be a bad guy, and I'm gonna be, like, because she was, like, trying to be like, you want better, like, you don't want this life. Because he's like, oh, I'll just stay here and I'll have this life, whatever. He's like, I'm gonna do all these awful things, like, I'm gonna be the next Pico Rollins, and, like, he's just being, like, why do men? I was like, how do you have this moment where I'm like, wow, y'all, like, you are showing growth. I mean, Anej doesn't need to show growth. He is showing growth, and then he, like, crashes out, so. And then she's like, they're, like, talking about tells. He's about to leave to do this suicide mission, basically, and he's like, you need to learn this girl's tell, the one that, like, stabbed her on top of the silo. And she's like, what is mine? And he, like, tells her, like, about how she squares her shoulders, and she's like, do you have a tell? And then he thinks, cast of the moment on Vela Gluck that had nearly cost him everything. So Anej is your tell? Anej is your tell? And then he's just like, I'm a cripple, that's my tell, obviously, blah, 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 blah. No one's smart enough to look for the others. Like, no way. No way. Then the next chapter, Anej, she's following him after he's like, no. She could feel the press of Kaz's fingers against her skin, feel the bird's wing brush of his mouth against her neck, see his dilated eyes. Two of the deadliest people the barrel had to offer, and they could barely touch each other without both of them keeling over. But they tried. He tried. Maybe they could try again. A foolish wish, the sentimental hope of a girl who hadn't had the first of her life stolen, who hadn't ever felt Tante Helene's lash, who wasn't covered in wounds and wanted by the law. Kaz would have laughed at her optimism. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Then, Kaz is getting beat up, and then Anej was moving before she thought of it. She couldn't just watch him die. She wouldn't. They had him down, heavy boots kicking and stomping at his body. Her knives were in her hands. She'd kill them all. She'd pile the bodies to the rafters for the Stadwatch to watch. But in the moment, through the wide slats in the banister landing, she saw his eyes were open. His gaze found hers. He'd known that she was there all along. Of course he had. He always knew how to find her. He gave the barest shake of his bloodied head. She wanted to scream. To hell with your pride, with the dregs, the whole wretched city. Kaz tried to rise. Okay, and then Kaz starts becoming superhuman and beating these people up, because he beat a bunch of the people up, but then he lost his cane, he, like, got knocked down, they're, like, kicking him. Then he just starts, like, beating these people up. I don't know what's happening. But those are my quotes, and that's where I have left off. It's also awful to read at work because the craziest thing's happening, and I gotta go back. I gotta clock back in. There are name pronunciations in the back. You're kidding. You're kidding. You are actually kidding me because I've said everyone's name wrong. I have been struggling through this whole book, and you're telling me that there are Inez. Her name is Inez, and if I'm not mistaken, I looked that up at the beginning because I was like, her name is either Inez or Inez, and the Google told me Inez. I'm so pissed. Jan Van Eyck. Y'all broom. I've said everyone's name wrong. I'm so mad. Kue. Matthias. I am so mad because I look like an idiot this whole book. Paraskal. Oh my god. I'm so mad. And I've just been saying the names wrong the whole time. I'm so sorry. I'm actually so embarrassed because why did I not know? Oh, I didn't have the physical book. Guys, can't hate me. You can't hate me because it's not my fault. But I'm gonna read a little bit until my mom gets home, which will probably be pretty soon, so it probably won't be that much reading. Oh yeah, and Kaz is like starting to get all these people on side, which is like was his goal, because he's like, oh, it's crazy that like you don't trust your own gang, like you don't trust me over Van Eyck. I can't remember if I've been saying his name wrong. Okay, this section is so good. But this was no cheap comedy. It was a bloody rite, and Paraskal had let the congregation gather, never realizing that the real performance had yet to begin. Kaz stood upon its pulpit, wounded, bruised, and ready to preach. I'm not angry, Kaz said. Not about that. But you know what makes me mad? What really gets me riled? Seeing a crow taking orders from a dime lion. Watching you parade around after picarons like it's something to be proud of. One of the deadliest gangs in the barrel, bending like a bunch of new lilies. In the barrel we don't trade in safety, Kaz said, the braided burn of his voice carrying over the crowd. There's only strength and weakness. You don't ask for respect, you earn it. You don't ask for forgiveness, you earn it. He'd stolen her line. She almost smiled. I'm not your friend, he said. I'm not your father. I'm not going to offer you whiskey or clap you on the back and call you son. But I'll keep money in our coffers. I'll keep our enemies scared enough that they'll scurry when they see that tattoo in your arm. So who do you want in that doorway when Picarolans comes to call? I may not walk straight, said Kaz, but at least I don't run from a fight. You have 2 minutes to get out of my house, old man. The city's price is blood, said Kaz, and I'm happy to pay with yours. Slayage, slayage. This is cute too. This is a cute Kaz moment too. We all know where Nina's loyalties lie, said Kaz. I didn't tell the triumvirate about Kue. A faint smile touched Kaz's lips. Like I said, he turned to Inez. Did you state our terms? He's like, of course. We know where your loyalties lie. Ugh. Found family. I'm kind of confused how this is gonna wrap up in 150 pages, I guess. I thought the people that like had the wings, the metal people, the fabricators with the Gerard we're going to like have a bigger role, I guess. I guess there's 150 pages left. No way Wyland's like, I need to change my face now because his boyfriend kissed Kue. Are they gonna kiss when his face changes back like instantly or what? Come on, she said. We'll get Colm to order us something decadent. That's your answer for everything. You're complaining, Inez asked. I'm stating one of the reasons I adore you. Wait, he thinks that he actually likes Kue? Wyland? Wyland stopped short. You thought he was me? Yes, Jesper said. See, just a big Wyland's golden eyes flashed. You really can't tell us apart? I mean, usually I can, but we're nothing alike, Wyland said indignantly. He's not even that good at science. Half his notebooks are full of doodles, mostly of you, and those aren't even good either. Really? Doodles of me? Wyland rolled his eyes. Forget it. You can kiss whomever you like, Jesper. And I do, as regularly as possible. So what's the problem? No problem. I just wanted to give you this. He placed a tiny oval canvas in Wyland's hand. I took it when we were at St. Hild. I thought it might come in handy if Genya's going to try to put you back to your old matching self. Wyland stared down at the canvas. My mother painted this. It was in that room full of her art. It was small, unframed, suitable only for a miniature, a portrait of Wyland as a child of around 8 years. Oh my god. And you took this just because you thought it might come in handy? I told you, I like your stupid face. Okay, this little moment is nothing, but for some reason it's so funny. They're going to go to meet the Grisha, the leaders, and Kaz is there, and there's like a guy there that wasn't supposed to be there, and he's like, I'm the big strong guy. Kaz's eyes narrowed. Sturmhond? He knows me, Sturmhond said delightedly. He nudged Genya with an elbow. I told you I'm famous. That's so funny. Wyland's getting his face back, and Jesper's like, his brow should be narrower, Jesper said, peering over Genya's shoulders, just a little bit, and his lashes were longer. I didn't know you were paying attention, murmured Wyland. Jesper grinned. I was paying attention. And then, do you train fabricators at the little palace, asked Wyland. Jesper scowled. Why did you have to go and start that? Of course, there's a school in the palace grounds. What if a student were older, said Wyland, still pushing. A Grisha can be taught at any age, said Genya. Crazy turn of events, and I am probably gonna have to end right now, but I just shot up in bed. Jesper is manipulating the bullets, and that's why he's not getting sick from not using his powers. That's crazy. That's so crazy. They kissed. Jesper felt the pounding of his heart. Or was it Wyland's? Like a stampede in his chest, and the only thought in his head was happy. A startled oh. Slowly and inevitably, they broke apart. Wyland, Jesper said, looking into the wide blue sky of his eyes, I really hope we don't die. This is so fun. What? Oh. Nina's like, I can't believe Wyland and Kaz were tailored. Kaz? But she was just fixing his nose. I hate Matthias. Is that his name? Or is it Matthias? When Matthias had seen her, he'd frozen in the doorway with a sweet. His blue eyes shocked. They'd stood there in silence till he finally said, you look very, very beautiful. You mean I look like the enemy? Both of those have always been true. I hate him. I'm back from my trip now. So we're gonna see how this goes. I might fall asleep. No. Jesper cannot hold the pair, I'm sorry, no. See, he cares about them. This is a Kaz. A reasonable question. Giving Jesper the pair would have been the smart move, the practical move. Your father cares more about you than some plot of land. But I'm not going to let you make yourself a martyr, Jess. If one of us goes down, we all go down. Okay, crazy shit's happening. Well, first, Jesper's dad was like, Wyland, I think you're perfect for my son. Which is kind of crazy to just like throw out there. But they just kidnapped Wyland and brought him to his dad. I have no idea what's about to happen. Well, his dad's like, every time I think you cannot discipline me further, you prove me wrong. He's like, if you tell me, I will give you all these things. Like, you tried to murder your son. He spat on his dad. Let's try this again. Tell me what Brecker's planning with the Rabkins, and I may let you live. The way you let my mother live. He told them? I didn't think he would. I mean, he's being beat. Like, I knew the auction wasn't gonna go good from the second that Kaz even said it was an option. And then obviously when Wyland was like, I couldn't keep it a secret. But I have no idea what's even happening. What is the Council of Tides? Do we know what that is? And of course, Dunyasha is there. But I am officially on part 6, Action and Echo. I'm on page 443. And of course, my enemy. And I'm tired. And I need to take a break. So, okay, I'm gonna try and read some more. Am I any more awake? No, definitely not. Can you even tell a little bit? I was just laying in my bed, tired. So I'm gonna do some reading because I am like so close to being done. I think I put it in Goodreads. I'm like 78%. I have like less than 100 pages. I
I think I already went through this, but we're starting a Matthias chapter. A Matthias? I really messed it up by not figuring out all the pronunciations before. Okay, we're reading. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Kaz has played all of that all along. Oh my god, not me being duped by Kaz's play. So Kaz slayed. Big slay. That was kind of awesome. The whole scene in the church at the end of the auction was kind of awesome. Kind of hooked me. What? Now what does that mean? What does that sentence mean? Like, why am I so left in the dark about this plan? She needed to locate Jesper. Kuei old bull had to die tonight. What? Okay, this is sick that Jesper's about to shoot Kuei. And he's not even in the same room. Like, he's gonna guard the bullet. But did I miss when we learned that he needed to die? I'm so confused. Like, I know we didn't really know this, like, the actual plan, but like, I'm like so confused. Especially because he's like, here, wait, where did it go? I mean, I guess it makes sense because he's like always gonna get sold to the highest bidder, and like Gerarda Parham was gonna like go everywhere, and like I guess that is like still it would be the thing, but it's like, what? Oh, non-lethal. So they're killing him. They're not actually. And as if you had a spare prayer, this would be the time for it. This is so cute. It's not a gift, it's a curse. But when it came down to it, Jesper's life had been full of blessings. His father, his mother, Inez, Nina, Matthias leading them across the muddy canal. Kaz, even Kaz, with all his cruelties and failings, had given him a home, a family in the dregs when Ketterdam might have swallowed him whole, and Wylan, who had understood before Jesper ever had that the power inside him might be a blessing too. What did you just do, asked Inez. Maybe nothing, maybe the impossible. Jesper never could resist long odds. He shrugged. The same thing I always do. I took a shot. Kaz saw her look over her shoulder, and when he tracked her gaze, he saw that Van Eyck, surrounded by furious councilmen, was staring right back at her. He remembered the words she'd spoken to Van Eyck on Godmund Bridge. You will see me once, but only once. From the nervous bob of Van Eyck's throat, he was remembering too. Inez gave the smallest bow. Okay, I turn this off, but I think something big is about to happen because Pekka Rollins is there, and I think shit's about to go down. Oh, here we go. You duped us out of everything. We ended up on the streets and then we died, both of us, in our own way, but only one of us was reborn. The dark door opened wider. Kaz wanted to walk through it. He would never be whole. Jordy could never be brought back, but Pekka Rollins could learn the helplessness they'd known. Why would he? Now, why in what world is Rollins like, I'm going to insult your brother when my son's life is on the line? I also don't know if I really believe his son's life is on the line, because I can't remember how old he is. I don't know if we know. And as sank down into a squat, pressing her palms right, will he get there in time? For what? 2. She stared up at him. He was going to miss that look of surprise. You didn't do it? You didn't bury him? I've never seen the kid. But the lion, it was a guess. Because pride in the dime lions is plenty predictable. Kid probably has 1,000 lions to play with and a giant wooden lion to ride around at. Kind of funny, but also I said that. I predicted that. Because he's like, I'm this big bad guy. I don't even believe he'd do that though. I don't believe it. Oh my god. Inez frowned. I thought you, Nina, chose 4 outbreak sites on the staves. Kaz strained his cuffs. I also had her stop at the menagerie. She smiled then, her eyes red, her cheeks scattered with some kind of dust. It was a smile he thought he might die to earn again. What? You showed mercy, Kaz. You were the better man. Matthias's chapter. Every time I get into it, they bring him back. Every time. I'm turning this off. I hope he dies. Matthias, whatever his name is walking down the street by himself and just got stopped by that soldier that was like glaring at him. And I'm hoping he dies in this next page and a half. I turned it on just for that. He's holding a pistol. Yes, he heard a shot, and this better not be a fake out again. This better not be a fake out again. I love Nina and Inez, they're so cute. Okay, Matthias just walked up and he's like dying, and he kissed Nina. He's like, it's nothing, I needed to see you again. But like, this happening makes me think he's not gonna actually die, which is like so unbelievably upsetting for me, because that would be a perfect ending to this series for me, because I love the found family, but I don't want him to be a part of it. Now why in the world would she take Param to save him? Now why in the world? I'm already home. Is he really dying? I'm so excited. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. I think he's actually dead this time. I'm so happy and excited. This is like how I needed the book to end. I needed this. Okay, this was very... I'm not even gonna say what I'm thinking. This was a very nice, sweet moment between Wylan and Jesper, when he literally sang to him to know what the page said, and then Van Eyck ran up and Jesper like stopped him and was like, I can read to him. And then Wylan said, he has a very soothing baritone, added Wylan, and then the guards were hauling his father down the aisle. They might be my favorite like ship of this book, low-key. That was kind of, one might say. I didn't. I feel like now that Matthias is dead, I can enjoy these cute little moments. Like, they're really kind about the money, because Kaz still got the money, and Jesper's like, put it in my dad's name because I can't handle it yet. And Kaz says, that's the right move, Jess. I love them all. You've saved my life. I've saved yours. No, I didn't. I think you're ahead on that count. No, I didn't mean the big ways. Nina's eyes took them all in. I mean the little rescues, laughing at my jokes, forgiving me when I was foolish, never trying to make me feel small. It doesn't matter if it's next month or next year or 10 years from now. Those will be the things I remember when I see you again. Could we turn to Jesper? You should visit me in Ravka. We could learn to use our powers together. I push you in the canal and we see if you know how to swim, while instead of a very passive imitation of Kaz's Claire. What? Kaz just left without saying goodbye? Drama, drama, drama. Not Kaz and Inez playing cat and mouse. It's so dramatic. It's so dramatic. Tell Jesper he's missed around the slat. Inez raised a brow. Around the slat from Kaz as good as a bouquet of flowers and a heartful hug. It would mean the world to Jesper. He bought her a boat. No way they're going together. This part's so good. She understood suffering, and she knew it was a place she could not follow, not unless she wanted to drown too. Back on Black Veil, he told her that they would fight their way out, knives drawn, pistols blazing, because that's what we do. She would fight for him, but she could not heal him. She would not waste her life trying. They're holding hands. Huh? He brought her parents, and he's holding her up. Come with me, come meet them. Done. Okay, I'm gonna give some brief thoughts now, and then at the end I'll do a full wrap up.
So this book had a slow start for me, and I definitely liked the first one better. I liked the character development and like the found family better in this one, but I don't know, I liked that the first one was like one heist and then there was like little things they had to do for the heist. This one felt like a bunch of different heists, which was hard for me to get into in the beginning, but I feel like around that like halfway mark when I got into it is because we were like in this heist, like this singular heist. When they were doing little tasks around it, but like it all was leading up to the same thing, I liked that. I still liked it overall, and Matthias, he died. All I could ask for. So I did like it, but I do think I liked the first one better. This one felt longer, and I think it is because, I mean, it might be longer, but I think it's also because the first half read so slow for me and the second half was so fast. It was like kind of jarring, but overall, I really liked it. I like this series. I understand why people really like this series, and I'll give a full wrap up at the end.
Okay, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, even though the audio wasn't the best. I'm so sorry. I'll do a quick little wrap up of the books, but I did film this months later because there might have been an outro. I can't find it, and it was filmed so long ago that like I couldn't tell you for sure, which is upsetting, but I can't find it, okay? But I went and checked on Goodreads what I had rated them, and I think I rated Six of Crows a 5 and Crooked Kingdom a 4, which is funny because in the book I was like, it's not, or in the video I was like, it's not my favorite book, which it's not my favorite book. I have a hard time with rating books. Like, my mom was asking me how I rate them recently, and I don't know, okay? Like, it could be a 5 and not my favorite. Yeah, that was the rating. And I think probably number 2 is more 4.5, but I think I liked the first one a lot because we were following like one goal. There was one goal for the whole thing. And I was going to say one heist, but that's not true because there's like a bunch of little heists to get to the main heist so we can have everything ready, blah, blah, blah. I liked that concept and that setup better. Whereas in the second one, at times I got bored because we were doing a bunch of little things. Like, them trying to get Inez was not the main point. I mean, it was for like the first 40%, and then the middle kind of dragged a little bit for me. But I did love the character development in the second book, and I loved how close all the characters got in the second book. I loved the little bits of romance we got of the two main romances. Like, I did really like the second book, but I just think it would be a lie if I gave that one a 5 because there was a point I remember it dragging and me being so bored. But yeah, that's like all I really have to say. I did really like them. I understand why people love them. Like, they will be purchased by me. They will be on my bookshelf. I actually recently was just like sitting thinking about them. So obviously I really liked them. I don't know why. The second book just dragged a little bit in the middle for me. That being said, I loved them. And I hope you guys liked this video because that's going to be it for today. If you have any book series that you think I might have not read, like I haven't talked about them, that you'd want me to do a video like this for, comment them down below. But yeah, and if you want to see more, you can subscribe and give it a like if you like this video. I hope going semi-forward, because I still have more videos I filmed in the past, I can get these up and running, figure out how to use them perfectly, and the audio can be good. Let's hope. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Bye!